And it's still going to go out. It's going to burn up all the leftover gas and let your stove sit. Now it's fighting for the last bit of, I love this with fire, is that as it's fighting for its last bit of life, it really gives a good push. Wonder if I'm facing the right way. Oh, wait a minute, the camera's, I don't know. It's a really bad blind guide joke. Hi everyone, welcome to the big backyard. Today I am going to look at something old that I love, a WhisperLite. And this is a naphtha stove. They've kind of gone out of fashion. Certainly not ultralighted. I think at the time they were, because this would do the same kind of cooking you could do on those Coleman stoves or whatever other brand you had, which are something I still love. The smell of naphtha reminds me of when I was a kid and we were out camping and family camping and around the cottage and with emergencies. So I still use this. I love this. It works all the time. It's bulletproof. It's self-cleaning. Still easy to get parts for. This one will run 3 fuels. But one of the things I'm going to show is how to simmer. And I saw somebody do that at one of the training camps I went to a long while ago. And I think there's a few videos on it, but not too many. So this next trick, you're going to want to be careful. But you can get this to simmer. You're going to have to disconnect your stove. And this shouldn't be too hot here, but that's going to be hot from your pump. So make sure it's in the full right position and not going to spew gas on you, because you could catch fire on your hands. We're going to unlock that lever, make sure the pump is down, and carefully, without singeing ourselves, rotate this out of here. It's going to be snug. The pressure shouldn't come flying out as long as you have that all turned off. Okay, so I'm going to wiggle that free. I'm always a little nervous when that's hot and I don't have my silicone glove. But what I'm going to do, there's a bit of pressure going on in here, and so we got the can here, and we're just going to let off some of that pressure. Okay, so you can just twist the nozzle here. I don't know how blurry that's going to be, so I apologize. We don't want that to spray all over that hot stove, but you can hear that coming out. Sorry, I'm just moving my hand there just so I can wipe it. But there we go. We let some of the pressure off. We'll let a little more off. What we're doing is letting out the pressure. You can see that, so don't do that over the stove while that's still hot. So we know there's no more pressure in there. And all I'm going to do is reconnect it. Okay, so take it away from the stove when you do that. Probably not doing a video when you do it. You got to know where everything's going to go in there. Reconnect. Put the pump down so it'll reach. Make sure it's locked in. You want to make sure that's in all the way and locked. So we've got the little valve there. Click. Then we can open it back up. We'll get a match ready. And it should come out a nice simmer. It's still going to gasify because that tube is hot enough, hopefully still, to convert that naphtha into more of a fume. So we should still get a nice simmer. It's going to open it up, and it's going to just self-feed itself in there because of the pressure, the heat. It's going to expand, all kinds of physics. Okay, let's see if we can, I heard that go again. And what we're doing, how we're getting the simmer on that, see if I can get a side view. The simmer is going to happen just because the heat is going to expand and cause that to gasify. So we can see that's still burning because it's burning up the match here. So I'm going to put out the match. We've got some heat there. And so get a side shot of that. You got to be careful when you do that. So you do that at your own risk. What we've got going on here is a nice light flame. You barely hear any of the hissing. I'll take off my clip-on and move that towards the stove, and we will probably not hear much of anything. But I can definitely feel the warmth. I'm going to put a little end of a matchstick on there so you can see that there's flame. You're probably going to see a little bit of orange. What we should see, because of the heat, it's making my fingers hot, is that should burn that, or scorch it up at least, which it's doing. So we know there's a flame there. I'm not sure what's visible here in this lighting, but it's enough if you need a slow heat. It's going to do the job. It's going to get you a nice, some kind of a sauce that you're working on. And if you want like slow, it's too high for your pancakes, give that a try. It's still going to shut off the same way. Just go over to the valve and give it a crank. Remember, all we did is turned it off, disconnected it carefully, opened it up and let it depressurize away from the stove, and then reconnect it and light it. You got to do that in the first few minutes so it doesn't all cool down. I'm just turning that off now. And it's still going to go out. It's going to burn up all the leftover gas and let your stove sit. Now it's fighting for the last bit of, I love this with fire, is that as it's fighting for its last bit of life, it really gives a good push, and we'll see smoke on a campfire, a little flame on the stove. And then what's happening is it's going from that pure burn in the brighter spectrums down into the orange-red, and that'll just be off. It's just all the remnant fuel there because that's fully turned off. And I would wait till there's no more flame before I would disconnect it. Normally would be a good idea. And I think it's out. So that's it. Have a look at a little trick for a WhisperLite and how to get it to really go nice and slow. And also, why not use those aluminum pots? Well, now we know there's a piece of it stuck to my tile here. That's all right.